Welcome to Get Your FRQ On. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the zoom capabilities of your graphing calculator to learn more about a function that you have graphed. To begin, the zoom function, generally found at the top, on this one it's right in the middle, and what I'm going to do with this is, here I have a function, x squared minus 3x minus 4 all over x plus 2. I have to have that defined in y1, and I'm going to just click on the graph. And just to show you, the graph here is a pretty typical window, negative 10 to 10, negative 10 to 10. Right, so here is my graph, and it does exhibit some interesting behavior. It appears as if we have a vertical asymptote at x equals negative 2, which, if you remember the definition of the function, that makes a lot of sense. There should be one there. And then we get this sort of upward sloping behavior. Well, what's going on there? Do we have a horizontal asymptote for this function? Do we have a different kind of asymptote for this function? So one of the things that we can do with the zoom feature of our calculator is just get a better understanding of what is happening with a function. Remember, when we graph a function on a graphing calculator, we only see what is in the viewing window. If we want to see more and see what happens with that function in other places, we either have to change our window or zoom in or out. So for this one, I'm going to zoom out, and that's zoom, option 3. And then for our purposes, I'm just going to center my window at the origin again, but I do want to zoom out. Oh, and look, there's a second branch to this function that didn't show up in that original window, which is a fairly standard window to be using, but it did not show the second branch of this hyperbola. All right, and now we see, well, this behavior over here does appear to be asymptotic. It is not a horizontal asymptote. But it does appear as x gets bigger and bigger that this behavior doesn't change, that this may in fact be an oblique asymptote. But these are some of the things that you can miss if you don't learn how to use your zoom feature when you graph a function on a graphing calculator. If you don't use it, you only see what is in the viewing window that you have defined, and you may be missing quite a bit of information about that function.